Oh, sorry. Alright, man. We are here in a hushed tone because I have other people sleeping in this apartment and it is past sleeping time for them. I'm here, just wanted to quickly do a review of the first season of the hit new Apple series, Severance. Now, to explain why I'm doing a full series review, even though it's not limited series, because for people who watch this consistently, which is probably no one, I do limited series. I review all together. I just watch the whole thing and then I review it. I don't do episode by episode. And then for long form series, like season 1, 2, 3, so on kind of things, I usually do episode by episode. It's just how I decided to do it. With this, I'm not, only because I kind of watched it on a whim without planning, and so then I got through half of the series because it had already released, and at that point there was only 3 more episodes that were going to release week to week, and I decided it was better off just to wait, finish the whole thing out, and do it that way and review it after the fact. So here we are, the night that I watched the last episode, the finale of the first season, and I knew after like the first 4 to 5 episodes that I was like, I'm going to review this as soon as it's over, because it is such a sleeper. I know some people that do know about it love it. I don't know anybody that knows about it doesn't love it. It is such an original premise, such an important premise, like for a lot of reasons. A brief synopsis. The whole show is kind of like its namesake, which is Severance. It's about basically these 4 workers we see, or the main characters led by Adam Scott's character, Mark S., who are people who are participating in not really a trial, but this thing that people decide to do, which is sever their brains, which means that your outie, which is what they call it, which is us in reality, us in the real world, you have a chip implanted so that when your outie goes to work, it becomes the innie. You get into this elevator, it goes up certain floors, and when you get out, you're like a different person. You don't remember anything about who you are outside. You literally only exist for work. And so, as far as the innie is concerned, well, as far as the outie is concerned, as far as you're like out in the world being, you don't know what happens at this job. You don't even know what the inside looks like. The moment you get in that elevator, you forget everything. And next thing you know, you're getting off and going home. And hence the outie. You only remember things outside of work. And then the innie literally only exists in work. So to their knowledge, they get off an elevator every morning, go to work, get on an elevator, and then the elevator reopens. They're in different clothes, and the next day starts. So they never leave. They never sleep. They just start their day getting off an elevator, get on the elevator at the end, and immediately get right back off. So there is no end to their day, really, which is insane to think about. But right there, already super interesting. And essentially the whole series is about them kind of, over time, cracking this code out of the fact that they all get curious about, why don't we know anything about our actual selves out there? And it all starts with Heliar, who's kind of the new person at the beginning, and how we find out how Severance works kind of through her starting the whole process. We learn with her, and through that we learn that like she's very curious about like, who am I, why am I here, why did I choose to do this? She tries to get out of it, she tries to commit suicide, and then talks to her outie. Her outie literally sends a message in a video saying like, no, absolutely not, if you do that I'll make you regret it forever. And so they all get very curious, and through their own experiences learn that this company sucks, they're not looking out for us, let's turn our backs on them. And they go through all these trials and tribulations as to how to figure out what's going on in the real world, and in turn figure out what's going on with this company because it seems corrupt. That's the brief synopsis. It's not so brief, but it's as brief as you can with a show that's complicated, but it's so good. And yeah, I don't know how a show like this hasn't been created before, because it seems so like, this is so perfect. But I'm glad it's coming out now. It was the finale specifically was so good that I watched it with my girlfriend. We were like upset that season 2 is not already out, because we want to watch it that bad. And you know, a show's great when that happens. There's very few shows I think anybody can talk about where they feel that, and that's when that's the sign of a great show, is when you go, I don't know how I can survive without this thing, man. Also the magic of the life before streaming, when things weren't just coming out in bunches and trying to push out 1 a year. And I don't know, I mean, maybe they will push out 1 a year, but I don't know, this just reminded me of that. But anyway, I'm not going to say much else other than I really just wanted people to know that I watched this. And honestly, as I do with most shows now, it's hard for me to really review shows the way I do with movies and specifics, because there's so much going on. Really, if I review a show, it's more so just to show you that I'm reviewing it, and hopefully somebody watches it and goes, I want to watch that too. Because if I'm reviewing a show, usually it's because I really like it. And the rare occasion I'll review a show because I watched it and I'm like, well, I'm not going to not review it, and it'll be kind of subpar or bad. And but most of them, like this one specifically, so good. Definitely going to be up in my awards this upcoming season. It's going to be up for some stuff. I already got it listed down in the ballots for me for the, pre-final draft of the ballots. We'll see how many survive, but it's there, and I suggest you go watch it. It's directed by Ben Stiller. I think he co-wrote it too. He did not create it. The show creator, I'm so sorry, I forget his name, but Adam Scott stars in it. Britt Lower, I think is her name, is co-stars. She's a female lead. She's Holly R. John Torturo, I think. Torturo, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's very well known. If you saw his, look him up, you see his name, you'll know what he's talking about. And then another guy who I'm sorry, I forget his name. They kind of star also. Patricia Arquette is kind of the villain of the whole thing, but I'm not going to get into it too much. I don't want the video to be too long. Go watch Severance on Apple TV. Everybody has an Apple TV because everybody has an iPhone. It costs like $4. If you don't have it, you probably just don't know that you have it because you do. Go watch it. Please, please, please. It's top of my list right now. I think it's really tough between that and Ozark for the best series I've seen so far this year. And this one might actually have the edge, probably because Ozark hasn't released the second half, but even once it does, it's going to be tight. This is far and away the most underrated show I've seen in a long time because not enough people are talking about it. I think you should go talk about it. Go watch it and then talk about it. Leave comments if you have seen it. If you haven't, if you have opinions, like, subscribe if you feel like it. And I'll see you on the next video. Please, please, please go watch Severance on Apple TV. Whole thing available to stream season 1. Let's go.